All right, Nathan, what are we doing?
We are ticking things off the list.
Yep.
It's at that final list, and we've got only a few things to do to make it start. There's a few other things, but we just want to start it.
We have a list probably about this long of things that we need to do, but about that long of things we need to do to get to start. So what are we going to do?
Those things.
Just so we can start it.
So we've got to run transmission lines. They've already ran to the cooler. We've just got to run them into the transmission, which is a bit of a prick of a job because it's really tight in the floor.
Yep.
And then we've just got to tee in a fuel filter to the fuel lines. And then what we'll do is we'll set fuel pressure at 60 psi. That's it, ready to fire.
We just want to hear this run straight out of tractors, let's be honest.
Yeah, we have a perfectly good looking exhaust behind us, but why put it in when you can hear it with no exhaust?
Exactly. Now we have it back up in the air. What we're going to do is we need to get up here to plumb in the lines. We have the original lines, so they go up into the Ace auto like that and plug into the side. We're just going to basically probably cut them maybe here or something like that. We'll then flare them, so then we can put a hose over it and basically just run hose to the cooler up front. That's the word that I'm looking for. The reason why we didn't go AN fittings or anything like that is because it's really tight up there. There's not a lot of room between this and the actual tunnel, so that just wouldn't fit. We actually got this idea off a viewer who contacted us and asked us what we were doing, and we said, we haven't got that far yet, you're ahead of us. And then he came back and said, this is what I did. So we're like, cool, we're probably going to do the same. So yeah, we're going to cut these up and make them work, hopefully. That's the bottom one you're doing there, by the way. Run under there like that?
Yeah.
Which we can probably keep it.
If I get the hose pointing to there, it'd be perfect, yeah?
Yes. Alright, so we're doing a test piece here.
Yeah, so cut a little bit off because we want to see if we can cut the old line and bend it facing forward, because it actually goes under the transmission, the old line. So it comes out here and then goes under the pan and then forward on the passenger's side where we don't want it. So is it gonna bend it?
We don't know. Let's find out. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh. We could be in here. Hasn't cracked it?
No, it worked mint, mate.
You know, we could actually...
That's better than factory. Look at that, that's almost the same. They must have used the same pipe bender. We're bending all the lines. Alright, so that's gonna work. So now it's the risky bit of where do we cut? Do we cut it there? And then do we bend forward?
Well, that's the thing. I reckon we need to get into the car and have a look.
We need to drop the trans.
Alright, we're dropping the trans. Alright, so what we have is we have one of the original lines, which we've basically bent and modified into shape very precariously so that we didn't crack it or anything like that, but it looks like we've done it successfully. We're going to slip some heat shield on it, which I reckon we can just throw over the end, Nate, once we've got it all done up.
Yeah.
And all we did at the end, we don't have a flaring tool that'll do it, but we just flared that out with a screwdriver just so that stop the hose from coming off. When you flare, it doesn't work. We realise this isn't
Ideal.
but it'll do the job.
Whee!
And we're just going to double clamp the shit out of it and pray that it never leaks, because it's right over the top of the extractors. But I think it should be fine. If this works, I'll be wrapped.
How far is up?
That's the end there.
Oh wow! Oh, that'll do. And then double clamp it.
Yeah.
Woo!
You're not a socket man on hose clamps?
Huh?
You're not a socket man on hose clamps?
No, not really.
I am.
Do you want me to get a socket?
I'd love a socket, to be honest. You know why I like using ratchets on these?
Yeah.
Because I can tighten the crap out of them. To the point where the hose is like...
But you don't do that on the spiky ones. On the
barbs. I do it on everything.
No, on the hose clamps that...
Oh yeah, no.
Like these are EFI hose clamps that we're using, so it's not gonna like pierce the hose. That's what I meant.
I'd still do it anyway in the barb. Yeah, I've got one shot to clip this in.
Yep. And I can't see shit.
I neither can I, that makes two of us. Hey!
That's it.
Clip the thingy on. Push. Oh, look at that!
I'm pretty happy with that.
I'm stoked with that. That has worked out better than what we would normally do.
So what we've done is we've taken the steel pipes that come out of the trans and driven them across the floor, and then put the hose on the other side of the shifter cable.
We'd show you, but there's absolutely no way of getting up in there to show you.
Definitely. So that's that done. Hopefully it doesn't leak.
Now that's done, we can move on to fuel.
Fuel filter. We've got a T in a fuel filter, which we're going to run it in the boot where the pump is, and then we're ready to fire. Is it 17?
It must be 17. Yep, and then we're ready to fire and send her away. But first, custard tart time.
Put our filter right here.
So we got a Raceworks filter.
So we got these to adapt it to a -6 line. All right, so there. It's got an arrow. So what you do is you put it backwards.
For better flow.
And that'll go right there. We just thought doing it here, it'll just be easier.
Alright, like everything that we do, we're scrapping that idea up there and we're putting it in here. We didn't like, it was too long, it wasn't going to fit real nicely, so what we're going to do...
And we didn't like how it hung.
Yeah, it didn't look real, and we're worried about, you know, with the extra weight, it's going to put weight on that plastic fitting on the fuel pump and then probably crack, so... We're going to go in here, which quite honestly is the perfect spot for it, so...
Yeah.
We just need to figure out which is our 2 line. No,
Okay.
it's this one on the inside.
Yeah.
That one there.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, but we need to be 100% sure.
Oh, we can't just switch the hose. No, we can't.
No, we can't. We've made this mistake before.
Okay, let's take those P-clips out and go from there, huh?
Cut down. Oh,
Michael's like 3 for 3 today.
that was you. It touched you last.
What?
It touched you
You
last.
bounced it off me. You
No,
can't
that
do
touched
double
you
bounces.
last.
I guess I'm cutting it, aren't I?
Yeah, I'm holding the wood.
I like how you have all the PPE and I'm cutting it.
Do you want the glasses?
Bloody beautiful. No one needs to see us making these lines.
Okay, so we mowed this line out of the car and put it back in.
You laughing gives it away. So then that's going to be simple as that. And then what we got to do now is make this hose just go right there. Oh, that is nice. That is how you nip it in the butt.
We get to use a purple spanner.
Damn, that purple one looks good, doesn't
It
it?
does. We should do something with dash 10 fuel. A truck.
Alright, done. That's it. That looks good, man. That looks, I'm way more happy than that.
Yeah, it looks heaps better. Alright, what are we doing, Nate?
Huh?
What are we doing?
Oh, filling it up. So
So-
what we're going to do is fill it up with petrol, pressurize the fuel system to make sure all our beautiful lines aren't going to leak. And we're going to set our base fuel pressure, which will be, it's 55 to 60
55
psi
to 60 psi, yeah.
for a LS. And then we'll see how loud it is and just go from there. We've got to bleed the cooling system, make sure there's no leaks
Yeah,
and no fires.
yeah, that's the biggest thing.
No leaks here.
Yep, because we have no pressure.
Go again. Prime it again.
There we go, now we're getting pressure.
Alright.
Set that fuel pressure.
Keep going.
It's down.
Alright, just do it again. Yeah, that's good.
Perfect.
We're just going to get oil pressure before we crank it.
Yep.
Which he has the gauge, so we just stand here.
Oil pressure is very important, as we know.
There we go.
What did it get to?
Oh, it just bumped up to like 10.
Well, when we start it, Les, if we don't get oil pressure pretty much in the first 10 seconds, just turn it off. But it should be okay.
Yeah, back on? Yeah, put the injectors back on.
You nervous?
Yeah, I'm shitting myself, to be honest.
Is Les nervous?
Yeah.
Bloody oath, I'm nervous.
Okay.
We got oil pressure.
Yes! Hey! look over to see if there's any leaks.
Yeah, we'll check trans, we'll check oil, we'll check for leaks, and if it's all good, we'll pull it out and let it run a bit.
Yeah.
Well done, boys.
we didn't screw it up for once. Yes. Hey, that's our first successful starter. Well, we have an LSQ that starts. That was one of our first ones that actually didn't fail straight up. That started first time. That doesn't happen for us. Watch. We can do it again for you. So it starts. Now all we need to do is the fans are the same thing that we had with the LSQ. With the G&W. The fans are set to come on at 114 degrees, which is too high. So now what we need to do is plug in the computer. So Jake's going to come by, plug in the computer, turn the fans to come down to like 100 or something like that.
95 maybe.
95, and then we can cycle through, bleed it. But other than that, it's working. We didn't screw something up for once.
So it's time to finish off the HQ. We're doing it on a weeknight because we've got more cars coming on the weekend, so we've got to kind of get it done.
So we had 375.
I don't know if they're kg or pound.
No, pound. They're pound.
Are you
375
sure?
pound. That's what they
Michael
said.
said they're pound. Okay, so we had 375 pound, now we went to 500 pound springs.
Yeah.
It sits okay, but we want that rake, like towing a caravan rake. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So you can see it sits pretty good. Like this would probably be one of the heavier HQs because it's got a big motor. It's got a big radiator in it. It's got aircon and all that. So the front end's pretty heavy. And the springs, we've basically got the coilover wound all the way up.
Yeah.
So
But a lot of people would be happy with this height, but we're not. We want the
Yeah.
car higher,
yeah.
which is hard for me to say, but we want it higher.
I guess the impact that we're not breaking into bits anymore.
No. Oh, I forgot how good these brakes look.
Hoping we don't have to wind them up that much. Quick
I was
hand.
kind of do like a little throw there and didn't work.
Now, if we do this up, is that going to be right, or do you reckon we need to do the top up first? Because didn't we?
No, we. Oh, hang on, how do we do it? All right, let's just try and put it up
We
loosely.
could
then.
review the footage. There's a YouTube channel that shows how to do this.
Oh no, I know how we did it last time. We put the nut on the top to hold it there, and then we pulled this up to put
I
those
reckon
in.
we did, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let me get the nut for that.
Oh, this is easy. Oh, remember that we actually. Oh, I got.
What? Don't wipe it on me! Lovely, lovely.
Yep. Is it centered in the hole?
Alright, you got to go more.
Are you footy?
I really hope we drop this car down and it sits at the height we want, so then we don't have to race.
Yeah.
Take two 500-pound springs, 20 mil wound up. Okay. That's where he wants it.
Yeah, but it's going to drop when we roll forward. Oh, did it just do that saggy thing again?
It just dropped.
Yeah. Alright, we need to come up a bit. Take 3. 37 mil up. This is going to be the one. Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Hang on. So
Yeah,
we'll just
bounce
bounce
on it. Oh! I think we've achieved it!
Hang on. We're going to roll back and forward.
Now let's roll it out. I want to see it out.
Did we get it?
Yeah, we've achieved it.
Yeah!
Let's push this queue in so we can get a full side on.
Oh man, I really didn't want to wind that again. Wow, it's low in the back. That looks good. That was a fluke, but I think we got it.
Yeah, I think we got it.
I'm too scared to even touch the interior.
I know, I don't want to sit in it.
I've got bloody
Anti-seize.
anti-seize everywhere. Oh well. I'd love to start it up right now.
So that's it for the night?
That's it for the night.
Alright.
Well, it's a hot Friday, and Michael's working on the car, and I just arrived.
You know I can't because I'm wearing shorts.
And he's in shorts. And I just realised that fan's on, so you ain't going here shit right now.
So, what we've had to do, you remember when we had issues with the body mounts, everyone said we got it wrong? We did. So what it was is the front two were fine, They were all good. It's actually the back two on sedans are turned the opposite way to the front. So we've gone ahead. Oh, back four, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back four that we're turning around the other way now. So you can see now that the big bit is underneath and the small bit is on top. It makes a lot more sense now, actually. This is actually higher up into the sill, whereas if you looked before,
It's basically level now.
this is hanging down much lower. So that's all fixed. That was a bit tricky to actually do once it was all in and everything, but I managed to get there in the end. Now what we're going to do is we need to get to this. We've got a vapor line that runs up through here, and this needs to run to the top of a fuel tank. Now we're going to figure out how we need to get a line up through the wheel arch and into the fuel tank. The only thing that we have to do is we have to make sure that we run the line high and then back down to the fuel tank, because if it runs too low and you park the car on the angle, it'll start to siphon itself and fill the canister full of fuel. I'm sure there's not a one-way valve in it, so I'm pretty sure it would actually just fill the canister full of fuel, which would be bad. So we're going to run it up and then we're going to run it back down. But we're getting there, and it's getting really, really exciting now. And I just want to drive it, even if it's just from here to there. I just want to put it in the and go from there to there. And then half a race to come back and we're done. Alright,
Let's
get into it. I reckon we look up there to see where we're going to put this hose through and go from there. What do you reckon?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. We're going to run our vent pipe to the top here, but we need to run it somewhere. So...
And what we want to do is we want to run up the back, don't we? So we can get it, put a big loop in it, basically.
Yeah, we want to go like up to the, basically to the parcel shelf and then back down through the floor to the front of the car.
Alright, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, ready? I'm going to cover the floor here. That's on. We need to go, we're just going to go like that, tie that to that.
Have you noticed sometimes, like, you know when you cut zip ties and it always leaves an edge, even with side cutters?
Yeah.
It'll always leave an edge that you can cut yourself on. Sometimes if you can get there with a sharp knife and you can cut that flush as, I would do that, because like that, there's no way of that's going to hurt you.
You know what?
And that's going to cut you open unexpectedly.
Is that a tool tip?
Is that a tool tip?
That's a tip-top idea.
Is that a tip for you guys?
So hot in here.
I love my tip.
That'll do, donkey. Yep, that's done. Hopefully that stops us from siphoning all our fuel.
Hopefully it works.
That'd have to be a pretty extreme angle to get over that though.
Oh yeah.
Look at it. Alright, exhaust time.
Exhaust time.
Alright, so exhaust. Our plan was originally that Tin Man was going to make his own exhaust, because he can, and he can do stainless, and we can't do stainless, so we weren't going to be allowed to touch it. But anyway, we were looking into that, and then Castlemaine Rod Shop got in contact with us and said, hey, guess what? We've just made a full exhaust system for LS1 converted HQs. You should check it out. And we're like, you know what? That's a great idea. Let's do that, because that would save us a hell of a lot of issues. So we did. We got out real early. We took the workhorse down. We went down to Castlemaine Rod Shop. We picked one up for ourselves. And this is it. So it is a full 2.5-inch system. It is full stainless. It has 200 cell cats in it, and obviously stainless steel mufflers as well too. They're straight through. We're told that the idea is that this should be engineerable in most states. It's a pretty awesome bit of kit.
Yeah, it's a really nice exhaust.
Oh, and it's got the X pipe as well too, so it's almost really similar to what I'm running on the
It is very
my
similar.
HQ. Basically, it's exactly the same except stainless.
Yeah.
It says as well too that these overpipes should clear obviously standard diffs as well as the big diffs, the big 9 inches as well too, which we don't know how because there's next to no room up there, but we're going to find out hopefully. All right,
Let's put it in.
let's chuck her in, eh?
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in.
So we've got it basically bolted in. We've got a couple of gaskets in here. We did like a loose fit to begin with, and then we started working our way forward. We still needed to make some adjustments in the rear just to get the tailpipes nice and square and get them looking right. But it's looking pretty good so far. We're calling it for tonight because it's getting late. We don't want to make too much noise and we're buggered because we've had big days. So we're going to call it for today and get back to it. But it looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks really
I
good.
love this. I do like the stainless. I do. It does look good, and they look nice as well too. It's getting there. few more tweaks and we should be good as gold, I reckon. Alright, so we're back. It's been, what, a couple of days now?
Yeah.
It's been Australia Day long weekend, so everything's sort of come to a halt then. So what we're working on now is we just need to get these two hung, basically. This side's easy because we've just done it like standard wood, which is just basically a U-bracket type thing, which we can weld onto the top of this. It's just using a hose clamp at the minute because it's just easy to mock up like that. It's actually, you could almost run it like that, to be honest. Save the hassle of having to weld it, but anyway, it's on there. So that'll hang there in the standard mount. The issue is the other side. I know you can get driver's side mounts from, like, I think Resto Country and that sell them, and obviously they come out standard like that as well too. But we just didn't get one in time, so what we've gone to use is just going to use the, I don't know, universal. What do you call this mount? I just call it like a lap mount type thing. Anyway, Nathan's no help. He's just looking at me like, duh. So that's going in. We're going to chuck that in there. We'll make a mount up so that we can go to that. They look about level at the minute. Once we've done that, then we can worry about getting our overpipes in, getting them sort of in line and proper, and we're looking good. And then this car's done. That'll work. Beautiful. Our mount is in. It actually works pretty good, to be honest. No, it's not the same, but you're never going to see it anyway. And our gaps between there and there and there and there, there's 2 millimeters difference, so we're pretty stoked with that.
2 mil is good enough.
2 mil is plenty for us. We work at a 10 mil tolerance. Hey, look, they kind of bounce. Look, they kind of act the same too. Look, this one, same force.
Yeah, we knew that.
They move pretty much the same anyway. So
We knew that when we did it.
totally. Well, we got one side in.
So
Wow.
we've got the tailpipe in. So now all we've got to do is, that's mounted at the muffler. So all we've got to do is just put our mount there and that's it.
Pretty easy.
That's like perfectly centered down the side there.
Yeah, it's worked out well.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Hope I got the right hole this time. I drilled the right spot.
We done a recap of having to weld it up.
At least the welder's already out. We have to. Not going anywhere. Alright, well the pipes are in. They look like bloody blast pipes too. They stick out heaps.
We're going to modify the tips.
Yeah, we're going to modify the tips. This is just a temporary fit up for the minute. And
This is
basically to
just
pass
to pass-
roadworthy.
Pass roadworthy in engineering because they're usually picky on tips sometimes. I don't know. But they like it past the body.
Day has finally come. We're driving it out of the shed.
So we've adjusted the coilovers as well just to make, look at that. That's heaps better.
Yeah, that's heaps softer. That back actually has suspension now, whereas before it was like,
It was full stiffness.
yeah. Hey!
Let it warm up a bit.
That sounds wicked. That actually sounds really good. So the tips are really long at the minute. That's fine because basically we want to get it past roadworthy. So they'll have no issue passing roadworthy or engineering. Once we're past that, then we'll do something with them. We're thinking maybe either cutting them nice and short or cutting them like we did on my HQ so they tuck right up into the body, but you got to modify the tailpipes to do that. You can't do it without cutting and shutting it. Or the other option is, which is probably the most likely thing because it's tin man fabrication, it's probably going to be dumped at a diff, so you'll probably never see the tailpipes on it anyway. We did it! We went LSHQ. Yep, still an engine in it. I can't believe it. That's it.
Done.
There's no more jobs. Our time here is done. How many months has it been?
6 months.
6 months. So from 202 bog stock, no floor in it.
to a LS, completely rebuilt, everything besides the body, HQ.
Yeah.
Not bad, hey?
Good work, man. Well, the fan's just turned on, so that's
Which way are they supposed to be going?
sucking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So the fans are working, yeah! A little smile, you can't get off your face.
Really not that loud in here.
No, well, it's all insulated. Hey, fans turned off.
Wow, I got the temperature really good. Those thermos work mint.
That's it.
So, because it's a new car, you're always going to find little issues. So we noticed the bottom radiator hose was leaking, which we fixed. I don't know what else to say because the car's done. It's the end of an era.
It is. End of the HQ.
End of the HQ.
So the old girl is done. I've sort of got it attached to it being here in this shed, and it's going to be sad to see it go, but it'll be back a fair bit, to be honest. From here, the plan is going to go back to Tin Man now, where he's going to get it engineered and registered, obviously, get that sorted, and then it's back to us to go for the drive to see how it goes, and we'll do a review on it as always. And then it's probably going to come back to us in the near future, probably do some more mods, I reckon, because I feel like there's some induction, there could be some forced induction going on in this girl one day. But yeah, it's been one hell of a build. This is the biggest build we've ever done. We've got to play with some pretty fancy stuff. We had to thank a bunch of people, which we did in the last episode. There's so many to remember. Big thank you to Castlemaine Rod Shop for helping us out with this exhaust. Sounds like it's going to be awesome. I don't think it's going to have any issue passing engineering. Don't know how long the tips will last on it though, knowing Tin Man. They're probably going to end up dumped to the diff, but that's alright. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this build and you'd like to see more of it, because we have plenty more to come and plenty of builds in the future, make sure you subscribe and give this video a like. It helps us out a lot. If you'd like to help out even further, head on over to our website where you can purchase a bunch of merch, which helps us out build this sort of stuff. Also too, make sure you head over to Burson Garage. Head over to there where you can find yourself a bunch of free giveaways and exclusive members pricing and stuff like that. It's a really awesome website. Get on board, guys. Until the next episode, when I don't know what we're doing next, to be honest with. We got a big list, we just don't know which is coming next, so I couldn't even tell you what's coming next, but until then, we'll see you then. If we run underneath the clutch cable there.
Yeah, clutch cable.
That's the clutch cable.
Clutch cable.
Shifter cable. There's no clutch in this car. Yes, wrong car. And I'm pretty sure transmission fluid's combustible, so we don't really want that going everywhere. Okay. I need more lights. Oh.
So don't turn off the lights. Everything will be alright.
Do you just trust me to make these?
Oh.
Wow.
But these are our transmission lights. Good catch! That was well done.
Thank you. I'm on the 2021's different, people. 2021 is different. You got a pen? Well, I know you have one, so. This is what kids felt like riding in hot rods back in the day.
I was going to say,
remember how they have the boot that opens?
What do they call them?
And you can sit in the backpack?
Yeah.
This is how kids felt. It was just like, no one loves me.
It's raining, Dad, it's raining. knocking on the back of the roof.
Knocking on the glass. Like, help!
If I ever wanted to get rid of Nathan, all I need to do is close his boot and walk away.
I'm walking away.
There is a lot of room in here.
So if anybody wants to know, you can fit one Nathan in the back of a Kingswood.
I reckon you can fit more than one.
I like the fact that you're going full turbo Yoda spec with no gloves on. I don't know how you do it.
It doesn't get that hot.
Nah, my weak little hands are too pathetic.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
This is really heavy.
It is, isn't it?